What's going on, guys? It's James with ProjectRE, and we're with Tyler Sager.
What up?
Our poster child for flipping homes at our Project RE. So we're actually at Tyler's third project in the last 9 months.
Yeah, that's right.
9 months. We're gonna go walk it right now. We were just spending some time with the team going over our floor plan because we're taking a bigger step here, which is great, and that's what we're trying to do. But Tyler, tell us about what you just bought.
Yeah, so this is a big one. This is, we bought it for $910,000. It's in one of the nicest parts of Seattle. It's a gorgeous brick building, and we have a rehab budget of about $250,000. So it's a big one. We're totally reworking the inside, and it's gonna be worth $1.5 million when we're done.
Yeah, big spread. You guys, the bigger the fixer, the bigger the spread. That's how this business works. The more work you put in, the bigger the spread. Let's go check this thing out. Only problem, I bought it from a fake seller. Let's check something real quick.
Oh yeah, they just shim this thing right in.
This is my favorite test when walking property. Hello? Anybody here? This one's in a lot better shape than your last one, though.
That's right.
Because your last one was fucking nasty.
The last one was a hoarder. This one's not a hoarder. This one's actually pretty livable right now.
I'm jealous of your door already.
It's a nice door.
You got a flip that has a $3,000 door right here.
It's nice. But when you walk in, I mean, the big thing is it's just kind of a funky floor plan because this house was built in 1937 and they just did things different back then. So we're gonna have to totally rework the inside here.
Yeah, and I think that's an important lesson to kind of discuss. It's not about the visuals on the property. Like your last project, you know, you bought that deal in Edmonds. It's covered with rats, shit, garbage, yards overgrown. It's just a gross how that toilet was not good. It was very, very gross, but how fast did you turn that property?
We turned that in 5 weeks. I mean, it looks really gross. If you've never done this before, it looks really scary, but I mean, you're ripping all that stuff out anyways. So that one, yeah, we turned it in 5 weeks. This one's gonna be a
which was
story.
really impressive. For a second flip, he turned it way faster than I would have turned it for. So like, it's already making me look bad. Yeah, and so that's the thing. So a lot of times when you're looking at these houses, it's not the visual look. It's not the smell that's going on. It's what do you have to do inside the walls. Like, this is actually a really clean estate style house. Like, you could move in, drop a couch in right now, drop a bed in and sleep here and not feel too gross.
Yeah, this one's fine. It feels good, but to get to the comps, to the 1.5 million ARV, we're gonna have to change some things.
Yeah, we got a lot to change. There's a lot of flow going on because what's going on is this house is all chopped up. There was an addition on the back which they tied in well, but it doesn't really work. We got a bedroom in this corner, bathroom in this corner. We got a monster bonus bedroom off the fireplace living room that you come into the door with no primary bath, and then we have another weird bedroom tucked in all the way through. So the goal is when you're taking a house, you know, the good thing is Tyler's got the budget to fix this because basically the budget covers reframing the whole house, rewiring the whole house, replumbing it so you can feel comfortable going in, but you still have to hit that right floor plan because if you don't, you can put it up for sale and no one wants it.
Right, right. And it was a big step. I mean, buying this, I felt good that we had that big budget because, you know, walking through initially, I didn't really know what it was going to look like. You know, this is going to be, there's going to be a lot of planning involved. This one's going to take a little bit longer. So I have that budget for the holding time. But, you know, we have the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we spent, what, an hour here going over the floor plan? We probably reworked the floor plan a couple times. So let's take a look here. So after us all kind of hanging out for a while, you know, one big thing that we wanted was coming in through your door, living room, dining, kitchen, all in one section. Because right now you're in no man's land out here.
Yeah, we got the kitchen in the center of the house. It's this tiny little hole. It's how they did it back in 1937. So we're actually going to take this bedroom and turn it into the kitchen, which is kind of a funky idea, but it makes a lot of sense because we have the living room here. The kitchen should be right off the living room.
Yeah, so the kitchen's getting moved over here for flow. Then we're gonna have our living, dining, kitchen through here. And then we come back and we have this bedroom kind of in its own area with a bathroom. And one thing that we were spending a lot of time on was measuring out the spaces. When you're doing big reconfigures of houses, bring your tape measure. Because there's spaces that you gotta work in and expand in, but you wanna make sure, a lot of times you can walk through a house, but the concept, you walk through and say, hey, this is gonna be the concept, but then you actually demo it out and start doing it, you're like, wait, this doesn't fit. Right. And so that's why our walkthrough took so long, because we were measuring out the spaces. We were going, okay, will this work here? It feels like it would. And then it turned out it was actually a little tighter than we thought. We kind of had to rework some more things. And so by inching out those spaces and feeling it, it's going to save you a ton of money down the road, because nothing's worse than making a plan, going in for permits, we rip it apart and go, wait, shit, the master doesn't fit. Right. The kitchen doesn't fit. And so that's why we were spending so much time going foot by foot, going, okay, is this going to flow right?
Yeah, and we had the whole team here. I mean, we had the contractor here. We had your help, of course. My listing agent who's going to be doing the design.
Yep.
So we had all hands on deck for this one to get the right plan in place.
Yeah, and that's important. Get a team meeting to get everybody on the same page, right? Because it's that telephone game. As you're kind of walking, as you're kind of talking to your team, you can tell one person, you're telling one person, then they get mixed up. And it's about kind of bringing everyone in, and bringing the contractor and the designer in at the same time is really important too. Because as you're talking about the scope of work and changing things around, we're going, hey, this is the kind of materials and allowances that we have for this. So then the designer knows, okay, I got to pick inside this scope of work too.
Right.
And so when everyone meets for that first initial meeting, it's essential.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one, I mean, this is a higher price point, right?
Yep.
So our material budget is a lot higher. I'm not doing LVP anymore. We're doing engineered hardwoods, nicer appliance package. All the things are just bumped up on this one.
Yeah, and it's okay to spend more as long as you account for it up front. Because what we're going to do now after we walk it, we've relaid out the house. We're going to go back and revisit the budget and go, okay, where it needs to be balanced, what needs to be moved down. We've changed a lot from what we initially thought, but that doesn't mean that the price is going up. It means we're just changing how we're doing it, and we need to adjust everything down. Like your current budget's going to be a little bit off. Like for example, we have a furnace and an HVAC system within the budget.
Right.
We're ripping that whole thing out to get ceiling heights, get some better space, and we're going to cadets and mini splits.
Yep. And
so all these things need to be reweighted, rebalanced. So it's always good to go in with that initial budget, but you got to make your tweaks.
Yeah.
The good thing is you prep for $250,000, and we're going to be under budget.
Yeah.
So as long as you account for it, you can make it work.
Yeah, and I mean, this is like, when you're doing these projects, the initial planning is where all the magic happens, right? If you try to just jump in and start demoing and ripping things out without the solid plan, it's not gonna go well. So I'm really happy that we spent a full hour here planning everything out.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with difficult spaces, you gotta slow down. Like a lot of times I'll walk through a house, I'm in and out in less than 10 minutes going, this is what we're doing. But when you run into these, which honestly, these are the best buys.
Yeah.
Like the house next door sold for like 1.5 million.
Yep, that's right.
Right next door. So people are looking at this house. The one sold right next door at 1.5, but people walk in, they go, this is too hard, I'm out. Yeah. Go for the too hard, you'll get a better deal.
It's right. And you know, it's gone now, but there was about 50 or 60 agent cards sitting here. So a lot of people looked at this deal, but it was too much of a project for them. But for us, I mean, this is going to be huge margin.
Yeah, and it's worth the headache. So as we kind of come through, we're getting rid of this kitchen here because it's right in the middle of the house. It has no flow. This is going to get wiped open, and then we're going to add a bedroom, a bathroom in this section, and then we're going to have another bedroom off here to hit our bedroom bath counts. And I know one thing, we have a rough plan, but what we're going to do is we came up with the rough locations. Once the property's demoed, we have the as-built person. We're going to finalize the spaces. We've measured them out so we know we can work with them. It's going to be a matter of, does the bathroom go here? Does it go here? Does the laundry go here? And so sometimes when you're walking with a contractor, you want to let them know where roughly things are. That's why when we were walking with the contractor, I was like, it's going to be kind of in this section, in this section. Right. So then they can't put the price on you, because it's getting tweaked a little bit because they know the general scope of work. It's not going to cost any more to have it here or here. Right. And so by setting that tone, because they're essentially going to be hired before the floor plan's finalized. Right. And so it controls your change orders. And so it's really important to get everybody here on the same page.
Yeah.
So, well, it's a big purchase. You're not going to turn this one in fucking 5 weeks, like 10 weeks. That will not happen. And if he does, I'm quitting my job and I'm working for Tyler. So but it's a big project. It's another big step.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're gonna be building houses next.
That's the plan, right?
Building houses is actually easy.
Yeah.
Flipping houses is harder than building houses, just so you know.
It's true. So yeah, I mean, I guess next steps, get the architect out here, rebalance the budget, and try to do this one in 6 weeks.
Dude, I got 500 on it. Get it done in 6 weeks.
We're not doing it in 6 weeks.
Cool. Well, you guys, we'll come check in. We'll update Tyler's project, let you know how it goes, and show him how he just made more money because he's gonna make some money on this deal.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
This is my favorite test while walking property.
Hello? Anybody here?